time. We've seen both the Samus and the Zero Suit coming out from quiK, but it seems like he's opting for the Samus in this game. The Samus was the one that was able to take it over Lancelot's Chrom, I believe, earlier on in the bracket. That was a real nail-biter set. If you haven't seen that, I definitely recommend going back and watching that quiK versus Lancelot. But this is not quiK versus Lancelot. This is quiK versus Meru here on the loser's side of top 16. The winner of this will, of course, qualify for top 8. And the loser will go home with a 9th place finish.
So Peach, obviously this extremely explosive character, a beast up close, like strong frame advantage on a lot of moves, is gonna try to get in on Samus, while quiK's job will be to really keep her out with the Zers and the missiles and the charge shot and also the bombs.
Yes. Meanwhile, of course, Meru does have to be a little bit careful with his pressure on shield, because that up B out of shield is such a fast option for Samus.
Using the bomb to make it harder to approach from the ground, but as we know, Peach has this really strong float to go over the bombs.
Yeah,
Meru is using really well so far.
Float is such a fantastic asset for Peach. It turns an otherwise really slow character into one that has some incredible mobility just around and weaving around his opponent's offense. Meru is doing such a superb job. His pressure's so ambiguous. His fair's so jarring to deal with for quiK at the moment.
Absolutely. He's really approaching quiK from angles that are very uncomfortable for Samus to deal with. So quiK has to be creative with the way he deals with Peach's approaches.
If there is a player that is capable of those sort of creative adjustments, it is quiK. We'll see that throughout this set, most certainly.
Oh, that was beautiful. Oh, he doesn't...
Almost gets the combo into that charge shot. That may have taken the stock right there. I'm not sure if it had enough charge just yet, but who knows. Good forward air to call out the jump right there, and that is something so key that you'll see from not only quiK, but a lot of Samuses in general. The down tilt holding in versus that, and that'll be the stock. Only 4% on quiK on this stock so far. This platform arrangement definitely a lot more favorable for quiK, allows him to move around a lot more effectively, kind of camp in the air, charge that charge shot, and do so much work.
That B reverse from the platform was so fast. Meru trying to keep quiK in the air. quiK manages to escape with the air dodge to the right.
These chase downs coming out from Meru whenever he kind of gets that opening, creates an opportunity to maintain advantage. Ooh. He really tries to capitalize.
Meru somehow doesn't shield the charge shot, and now he's off stage. What is quiK gonna do?
Fire off that charge shot, trying to use the bomb for ledge coverage. Again, another real common option for Samus, but common for a reason. It's super effective.
Ooh, I think he tried to hit him with the tip of the forward air, but didn't land it.
That up air from Meru is so effective at kind of shocking below opponents, particularly how it can be used so low at ground level.
Oh, good patience by quiK. He's really making Meru angst. Oh.
quiK's movement is just so elusive. It's really something that makes you second guess yourself. And what a charge shot call out on the turnip pull right there.
Do not pull a turnip.
A great catch on the jump right there. Just the way that quiK is kind of forcing these options out from Meru, making it really difficult for him to get what he wants going.
Oh, quiK with the trickiest of movements. No punish on the dash tag.
And Meru just kind of forcing quiK into the corner by harassing him with these whiff back airs. Such a low cooldown on that move, just kind of forces pressure even when you're not hitting it on shield. Calling out the jump right there with that back air, very nice. Only 47% on Meru at the moment, definitely something that he can make up with the right sequence of plays.
No
good evasion. Yeah, good evasion onto that platform.
This is the great thing about having platforms above you. Makes the upbeat harder to punish.
But look at that damage, the dot eyes coming through. Look at all of that tacked on 85 already. Just from 2 neutral exchange wins, 101. Is he gonna get that dot paste? No, he's not. But still, that dot paste is so much work.
But this is anyone's game at this point.
All right, Meru just kind of patiently waiting for an opportunity to land around that charge shot. Good turnip right there. He's gonna keep harassing, but he goes a little bit too high with that jump.
And the platforms just blocks the turnip.
Yeah, definitely going to recover high to that platform, giving himself another chance to charge that charge shot. That's going to be so crucial. He's probably going to let it out just below full charge to try to catch Meru off guard. There we go, right there. The Meru
quick
remaining
patience off stage, but it's so scary because Peach's aerials are so oppressive, especially the back air.
Good call out with that grab. Kind of risky in that position, but real smart to call out the jump in that position.
Ooh.
And Meru just playing this very, very slow, very, very patient. He doesn't want to throw away this game that he's done such a good job of bringing back. Good call out on the jump coming out from quiK. Now Meru off stage. What's the corner option? Gonna look for that charge shot, definitely. The pressure that exudes just from against it. Pulling out the toad. What superb patience coming out from quiK in that end game sequence. Both players just playing it very, very slow, very close to the chest. But there we go, quiK taking that game one with that charge shot.
Such an intense ending. quiK was at a percent where anything would have killed him at this point. So
yeah,
the micro spacing he was doing with the charge shot baits and everything was beautiful.
Yeah, we saw Meru try to swing those forward airs just to get that KO, go for the sweet spot airs, go for the back airs, but they weren't quite able to get their mark. And of course, one patient bait coming out from quiK, just allowing him to finish off that stock and finish off that game. All right, now potential counter picks coming out from Meru. I definitely think that he's going to want to take away that wide space in those platforms coming out from Town and City. They were a real asset to quiK in that game. Going instead for Battlefield, it seems, going for Wily's Castle's Battlefield, definitely a change of scenery and a change of music. So much good Mega Man music in this game. Oh no, never mind. He's going for regular Battlefield. Baiting us.
We got graced with a lot of great Mega Man music in this version of the game.
Yeah, absolutely.
A lot of remixes.
Instead going to Battlefield, of course, kind of constricting that horizontal range that that quiK was able to exploit last time, you know, having all that space to breathe in Town and City. Now kind of tightening the main stage area in favor of larger blast zones.
And it's going to be very difficult for quiK to land on this stage. As Peach's up air is such a terrifying move.
You know, something that is kind of funny is that Meru was definitely somebody who really disliked Cloud in the previous game. He was somebody that really hated that Cloud up air. And now he's been given something similar with this Peach up air.
Is this what power feels like?
This is indeed what power feels like. Gonna punish the ledge grab? No, great stuff on the ledge from quiK.
quiK has been so good from the edge, like just like a sort of trapeze artist. Ooh.
Good up B once again. Up B from center stage for Samus is so valuable on this stage, if just because you immediately retreat to the top platform and it makes it really difficult to punish. Right, or you can even mix up, potentially not even retreating to the top platform if you think your opponent is going to read that.
Yeah.
Great sequence of plays from quiK right now.
quiK definitely making a lot more use of the RB so far. There we go.
Oh, wow. Doesn't fully connect, but Meru unable to get the punish right there. And now charge shot is fully charged.
It almost seems like Samus had the frame advantage in that situation. It looked really strange.
Good jump away coming out from quiK.
Ooh,
wanted to get
beautiful
away.
Beautiful movement by quiK.
Look at him all around the stage,
dancing.
gliding. I thought Peach was the one with the float, but quiK is just soaring around these platforms of Battlefield. The pressure, the corner pressure from Meru, but that back air sealing that first stock, finally.
quiK's movement is just mind-blowing so far.
But what is all that movement to a giant forward air from Peach? Meru immediately answering back, and here come the combos. 41% tacked on immediately.
Oh, no punish from Meru there on the dash tag.
Another jump, and again, these juggles with the up airs. That rainbow is being tasted.
Oh, he seemed to have the read, but he timed it a little too early.
Trying to punish with the down air out shield right there, floating above Samus' head just to kind of get around a potential fair attempt, but it doesn't matter when the fair is still hitting you anyway.
Very nice by quiK, really challenging Meru in the air and not letting him control that airspace.
Beautiful back air right there. Here's the potential ledge trapping situation, but again, quiK answering back with the up airs. Doesn't go for any more, doesn't want to risk any potential reversal.
Again, goes for those grabs.
Oh, excellent timing on that neutral getter. That was very, very scary. The pressure applied from all those projectiles from quiK.
I was a few frames away from death, but he might not escape it next time.
All right, so at the moment, quiK is doing a lot of these very kind of delayed charge shots, thinking that Meru is going to kind of trying to react to Meru's options off the ledge, but instead, maybe the preemptive charge shot to catch him early might be able to change the tide of fate.
Let's see what timing he goes for. Great, he saw that Meru jumped from the edge the previous time, and this time catches with a 4 there.
Real excellent stuff coming out from quiK. Pressuring shield once again with that charge shot. And Meru last time was able to quickly answer the stock back. Is he able to do the same here? Trying to pressure quiK. Oh, the turnip! The stick's there, but
well.
gets thrown away immediately.
Anticlimactic.
Oh, what movement using the wall jump off the ledge and the B reversal as well. Such superb. What a superb way to get back onto the stage.
You never know what tricks he's gonna pull out of the bag.
But it doesn't matter again when that forward air is so big and there to answer all of your questions. Whoa, whoa. I think that was the first hit of screw attack trading in that instance, but what an interaction.
Shades of Smash 4, actually. Where multi-hit moves sent you in really strange places if they didn't connect fully.
Well, that down air not going to lead to the forward air, surprisingly. Right, at this percent, the combo game for Peach isn't quite explosive unless she has a turnip in hand, but Meru just kind of looking for an opportunity to just pressure and harass quiK regardless.
Oh, again! I love the way he's been using the bombs from the platforms to make it harder for Peach to attack from below. That was really beautiful. Oh, but now Meru has the corner pressure, but let's see. Oh, this time he finally gets a 4 there. Meru's corner pressure right there, looking way better right now. Because this has been a struggle for him in the set. He's not been very good at ledge trapping quick. Ooh.
Movement once again from quiK, making it so tricky. What is he going to go for? How is Meru going to need to find the answer? Very similar situation to the one we were in last game. Pretty much a last hit scenario for both these players. Charge shot is almost fully charged and ready to let it rip.
Oh, this is scary.
There it is, the dash attack coming through.
Just like first game, this is such a scary last stock high percent situation.
Oh, barely gets underneath that charge shot. That would have been so painful otherwise. The forward throw, not enough just yet.
Max range grab.
Meru just trying to play this as patient as possible, doesn't want to overextend with anything, knowing the power of that charge shot, knowing the power of Samus' zone breaks with that dash attack, for instance. Almost gets that fair out, but a great back air from Meru, getting the stage control. Now the corner pressure is his. How is he going to capitalize? Oh, what a pull out!
Is it going to
DI, good DI coming out from Meru.
The next one might kill though.
Oh!
Beach bombers over it.
Back throw not going to be enough to get the KO just yet. The ledge pressure once again for Meru. How is he going to get this ledge trap? Oh, the grab from all the way, but he doesn't back throw him.
From downtown. Oh, and the 4 there. Is it not enough? Samus is so heavy, always has been.
I really thought the forward air coming out from quiK this time. Less than a minute on the clock in this crazy last hit scenario. Who's going to get the KO?
No, and the bomb.
Of all ways to end it. And the Peach's Parasol is a move that often doesn't lose to other moves, but for it to lose to the bomb right there at that critical scenario, and then of course Meru not being able to make it back. What a wild way to end that final game.
These guys had almost 400% between each other. Insane.
This 2-0 lead is not at all an indicator of just how close this set has been. Both games going down to the wire. That game having about 40 seconds left on the clock before finally that crazy last gimp. I think both players maybe just taking a little bit of a moment to compose themselves after that crazy last hit scenario. Really just a nail biter right there.
Just been some beautiful patience and spacing from both players. Just a treat to watch. But quiK just edging the 2 games out. Just
all right, this time Meru making the switch to Kalos Pokemon League. Doesn't want those gigantic blast zones of Battlefield that kind of took that KO at the end away from him. So
he's gonna look for more survivability, but Samus' survivability is very high, and Kalos is only going to amplify that.
Yes, Absolutely. quiK once again back on the Samus, and one crucial thing about this stage, of course, is that you no longer have those platforms above the main stage. Instead, the platforms are out to the side, which will kind of hold back quiK in terms of his on-stage movement, I feel, as well as making those up Bs out of shield just that little bit more risky. 40% already just from a charge shot into a down tilt.
Oh, this time smells the grab this time.
Down throw into the back air, of course.
After all, quiK did get a lot of mileage off of grabs in the previous game. He really had a good read for when Meru was passive and wanted to shield, but Meru is just tacking on the pressure right now.
That pressure's so scary from Peach. You don't know if she's going to go for a grab or going to go for another aerial once she puts a button on your shield.
Meru's just getting hit by everything right now.
And clipped by all of those projectiles. Oh. The fear and shield from both players, and anti-airs with the charge shot just striking Meru out of the skies. Oh, sweet spot up smash, almost getting the KO right there. That move is so strong. Good DI once again versus that screw attack. The other thing, of course, is that this stage really changes the dynamic of the corner pressure for both players. Having those side platforms to retreat to really means that you have another option to keep in mind.
Exactly.
Well, that's going to be a big punish. Yes, frying pan forward smash. Of course, in this game, you're able to choose which forward smash, unlike the others where it was random.
Excellent punish. Up throw doesn't kill.
Well, it was random in Melee and Brawl, a rotation in Smash 4, but that doesn't matter right now when a charge shot is there to shield poke Meru and take his stock. Oh, dot eyes once again, and it hits his mark. Re-grab as well. Oh my goodness!
71.
71% just from 3 hits.
And this might be the momentum change that Meru needs.
Absolutely not able to get the edge guard right there, but look at all this damage he's tacked on. Sour's up smash this time, but 137 unanswered from quiK, and taking those platforms away from him was so crucial.
This was excellent corner pressure leading into excellent juggling. This is exactly what Meru needs. quiK is going to be looking to making quite a comeback in this stock.
Finally, he's able to reset back to neutral, just kind of get his chip damage here and there. Shield poking once again with that charge shot. Fortunately for Meru, had it been a shield break, we could have seen something much more severe. But that back air finally taking that second stock, and now the first substantial lead that we've seen throughout the set so far. Okay, clipping the ledge with that down air. Gonna go for it. Not that time.
Nice patience, I think quiK thought that Meru would go for the down air again, but instead Meru just sat there with the shield and punished the forward air.
Though I was saying that this was a substantial lead, but quiK is turning this around really well.
The Peach Bomber coming in, resetting neutral.
I could confirm once again from the turnip, such a versatile, powerful projectile in this game. Almost getting the KO off of that one. Meru's just trying to harass quiK while he's off stage. That's shield pressure! But the charge shot taking out that stock, 106% on quiK at the moment. Will he be able to take this final stock from Meru, or will Meru finally be able to get one on the board and take this to a game 4? Good dash attack running underneath the bomb. This corner pressure, great forward air. Not enough to take the stock just yet, but the turn is from off stage. Still not enough either. Another one from off screen, but it's still not enough. But that will be the end of quiK's resources, and that will be game 3 going to Meru.
How often do we see 2 kill flashes and neither of them kill like this? That's crazy. So far off stage too.
Turnips against quiK. While he was in the magnifying glass, we couldn't even see exactly where he is, and yet he was still able to land those turnips and get that victory. That was so crucial. But now, of course, he has to deal with 2 of quiK's counter picks, one of which being Town and City.
Meru proving to himself to be quite the Dutch sniper. Oof.
My goodness. These kind of sets are... They are exhausting, but they are fantastic.
If Meru is going to do the 3-2 comeback, that's a great way to start. He changed the momentum, so let's see how quiK is going to adjust to that. Meru is just much more successful at the ledge trapping and the pressure.
Comboing all the way off of that half stage length charge shot into the grab. Winky face here, one of the slightly stronger variations of the turnip. Oh, that was so useful for Meru. And the dot eyes again. That's the third one so far, but he hasn't really had... he's had one stitch that was thrown away very quickly, but these dot eyes have been doing so much work.
The up air doing so much mileage for Meru and uses the dot eye to keep the pressure on. And quiK is still in the air. He hasn't landed. Great snipe. And the forward air. Beautiful sequence by Meru. The best one we've seen in this set.
That was oppressive juggling right there.
And he keeps it up right now. Meru just making much better use of the up air so far.
But wasn't able to get any kind of follow-up after that turnip. Wise and quick to follow up with the jab. Oh, but Meru is just getting all of his turnip conversions at the moment. Great grab, back throw. Not enough just yet, even after all those pummels. quiK staying on the ledge wisely again.
Great patience by Meru. Knows that he doesn't have to take a risk, but gets hit by the Nair.
And that sweet spot there, so strong. Still able to get the stock even from center stage of Town and City. The juggles once again from these up airs. Getting a little bit sickly from tasting this rainbow. Another hit with the turnip. Winky eyes, not going to find its mark.
Meru's game plan of juggling quiK is really coming into place here.
Very nice, kind of baiting that jump forward air that time and getting a punish. But quiK closing this gap really superbly.
Parasol very difficult to challenge from this angle.
The pressure with the nair into the back throw again, not going to take the stock just yet. We know that Meru is going to want to get that corner pressure, looking for a forward air, looking for a nair, but he has to be careful in shield. His shield is looking quite small.
Exactly, the next back air is probably... Oh, there we go.
Speaking of which, the next back air
was Meru's.
Yes,
not
indeed it was. All right, Winky face, and that is going to lead to some good damage. 42% off of that basic combo. And this is kind of the problem in this position for quiK. You know, he wants to charge up that charge shot, but the more he kind of stays on those platforms, the more he kind of stays away from Meru. He gives Meru more than enough opportunity to kind of cycle through his turnips and maybe try to look for the one he wants.
Let's see what mix-up quiK goes for.
The pressure just from the movement, just waiting for Meru to wear down that shield ever so slightly, and then getting, I believe that was another shield poke with the charge shot, and now, once again, Meru on hit, potentially his final stock of the tournament, if quiK is able to make this reversal. Great evasion around that charge shot, though.
This is the creativity we all love quiK for. Oh, the bomb pressure.
quiK is doing such a superb job closing this gap, making that space for himself.
This looks like it's going to be like the first two games, a very close nail-biter of a set, but let's see if Meru can edge it out this time.
Excellent forward air right there, coming out from Meru. Again, he has the corner pressure. No punish again.
The platform is so good for quiK there.
Such elusive gameplay from quiK. He's so hard to hit. With a character like Samus, who isn't typically that fast and is relatively big, quiK just makes it work so well. Such clever movement with the bomb.
Dangerous. Oh, but really good timing, by the way, for Meru, for the platforms to go away now. And Meru gets the back air, and it's 2-2. We're going to game 5. Excellent adjustments by Meru.
Yeah, quiK had to deal with the it's kind of like a glitch with the tethers, where if you do them from a little bit too high, instead of tethering to the ledge, you will actually snap onto the stage, and Meru was ready and able to just immediately punish that with that back air. Unfortunate for quiK, but we will be seeing a Game 5 versus 2 of the strongest competitors in Europe, fighting it out for a place in top 8 here at UFA 2019. All sides of the crowd cheering for their respective players. I'm personally just cheering for some good gameplay. If we want to hear some good, if we want to see some more great gameplay from this electrifying set, let's make some noise in the crowd. That's what I like to hear. All right, once again, final game. Are we going to see a potential character switch? Maybe from
potential zero suit.
Maybe indeed. But
quiK, of course, known for for his expertise with the Zero Suit, but he's going to the Samus for the last game, and he commits to it.
I don't even like that Meru hovered over Zelda for a split second. No.
Don't do this.
You're a Peach main. Stick with that Peach. It's won you 2 games so far. It's paving the road for a reverse trio.
This was what we saw in the previous games. Meru being so successful at juggling quick with the up airs, but quick reverses the situation.
What are those up air juggles to a single combo from that charge shot? 41.5 to 70.2%.
As much as Meru has been doing adaptations and taking it to game 5, this has also given time to quiK for making his own adaptations. Ooh.
Clipped by the
really
charge shot off stage.
Almost dies.
Oh! What a superb reversal, making
tricky.
Making such good use of the B reverse charge shot in the air, able to find that back air. Now, this time, quiK with the strong lead in this game. No punish on that landing either from Meru. A lot of little flubs right there from him, just not able to get any kind of opening in situations where he was able to, and now quick tackle on damage.
He's in his head.
Momentum.
He is in his head.
Finally, Meru able to get back here, but not able to alleviate this pressure from quiK. Up tilt in neutral, just able to catch that jump, and again another charge shot. After such a close nail-biting set so far, it really feels like quiK is beginning to run away with this. Another charge shot hitting its mark. Real tough for Meru, and again another catch on the jump. A 2-stock lead for quiK. Is stuff beginning to crumble for Meru? Is he beginning to lose his composure? Can he find his footing in this game 5? Another charge shot all the way from off stage.
Everything is extra credit for quiK, and he's just, oh my goodness. Great punish.
Getting that nair. How's the edge guard going to play out for Meru? To get the turnip, unfortunately. Good shield on that forward air. That's going to be another punish. Trying to go deep for the edge guard this time, but unable to find its mark. Again, another catch with that charge shot. He's just hitting so many of these, and that has been the real crucial thing about this game.
Oh my goodness, what a gutsy shield grab.
After this absurdly close set between these two players, are we going to see a potential 3-stock coming out from quiK in this final game 5?
Incredible play from quiK right now. It's looking virtually impossible for Meru to make it back at this point.
And quiK is just making all the correct decisions, landing all his grabs, making all the correct plays, and quiK with an absolutely dominating finish in that game 5 with a clean 3-stock. He will be advancing into top 8. Loser's side.